Hello all, I'm Guna Madhivanan from Officers IAS Academy. Friends, we are coming up with an exclusive live quiz program based on current affairs targeting 2024 prelims on a weekly basis. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in our Officers Path channel, we will be coming up with this live quiz program. So how to participate? So for which you have to install an mobile application. So go to either App Store or the Google Play Store to download this application named Kahoot application. Download and install it. Right. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. in the live video, I will be giving you a 7-digit PIN. So you have to enter that 7-digit PIN in your installed application. In the Kahoot application, you have to enter that 7-digit PIN. Or we will give you a QR code. If you are not interested in installing the application, you can scan the QR code in the web browser. You can open the web page. In that you can enter this 7-digit PIN number and you can participate in this quiz program. So once you enter the 7-digit number, the application will ask you to give a username. So you have to give your username. Followed by your username, please give your last 4 digits of your mobile phone number. For example, my username is Guna8990, the last 4 digits of my phone number. So like that you can create your own username. That's all. You are ready to participate in the quiz. So in the live video, I will be showing you the question. The question will be followed by 4 options as usual, A, B, C, D. The 4 options will have a color code, right? So option A, red color, option B, blue color, option C, green color, option D, yellow color. So the 4 options will have 4 different color codes. So in your mobile phone, you have installed the Kahoot application, right? So the Kahoot application in your phone, in your device, it will show you 4 colored box, only 4 colored box. Only in the video which you are watching, in that live video, I will give you the question, followed by that 4 option I will be giving you. The 4 option will have a color code, right? So if you are going to choose A as the right answer, then A has red color, then in your mobile phone you will have a red colored box. You have to choose that. That's all. If the answer which you have chosen is correct, and if you have chosen that quickly, for every question we will give you 60 seconds. Assume that I am choosing A is the right answer, and I am choosing within 20 seconds, within 10 seconds, based on how quickly I choose the question. I have to choose the correct one and I have to choose it as early as possible. So the one who is choosing at the earliest will be given more points. So if I am choosing in 20 seconds, I will be given more points. If someone is choosing at 30 seconds, then relatively lesser points, right? So this is how the quiz will work. So at the end of the program, we will show you the leaderboard. Between the questions also, I will show you the leaderboard. At the end, I will show you the final leaderboard. The one with more number of points will be given a certificate, right? The idea of the quiz program is to provide you a real-time experience of solving the questions along with that competitive environment, right? I hope this program adds more value to your preparation. So along with this, we have a daily current affairs hit list series, daily answer rating initiative. So all these initiatives will give you a competitive edge in your 2024 prelims as well as mains, right? I hope this adds more value to your preparation. So see you in the quiz. Till then, bye, take care.
All, welcome you to another session of UPSC Quiz, which is conducted by our Officers IAS Academy each and every week. So just a brief about myself. I am ASWIN. I have secured All India rank 761 in the UPSC 2022. I teach agriculture, world history and some sections of polity in the Officers IAS Academy. And this quiz, like in this week, we will be covering some topics about science and history majorly, and some other topics from international relations, environment and polity. The main aim of this quiz is like obviously the winners, they will be getting the books from our academy, and but more than that, more than the timely manner, the main aim of this quiz, it should be like selecting the answer, right? And you should be so sure of that answer, or else you should be taking more time, right? Don't rush yourself just to get more score, right? This might lead you to taking the wrong answer. The main aim should be selecting the answer with the sure shotedness. Because in UPSC prelims, what we used to do is that by seeing the question paper, like we should be selecting the sure shot questions at the first glance, then only we should be going to the doubt questions. In the same way, in this quiz, if you are able to select the answer within the shortest time of time, well and very good. Otherwise, don't see it as a competition, select the question within the prescribed time, right? So without wasting any further time, let us go to the first question. I hope you all are ready. Right? So the first question is, which of the following are the characteristics of quick response code or the QR code, which is available on our screen itself, right? So the first option is, they store information in 2 dimensions, they hold much more information than standard barcodes. Third, QR codes do not require line of sight. The options are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3, which is all of the above. Select the desired color code, the options. QR code, right, which we use for the payments, especially after this digitalization initiative during this COVID period. This is a pretty easy question. Ten more seconds. And the time's up. The answer is A, which majority of you has chosen. Very good, right? They store information in 2 dimensions. As you can see, all the QR codes are printed in a surface, right? They don't have a 3-dimensional figure. Second thing is, they hold much more information than the barcode. Definitely. See, barcode is like an age-old concept. QR code is a more developed concept, like how 3G and 4G, 4G and 5G, right? QR code is like mostly it is better than the barcode. The main reason is QR code has many figures, right? Barcode has only one like vertical lines arranged in a sequence, but QR code has different figures, so you can store more information in a QR code. So obviously QR code is more advanced. The third statement is definitely wrong, because you need line of sight for scanning a QR code. Just for example, if you have gone to a petrol bunk, right, and if you want to pay through the Paytm, Phone Pay or whatever payment aggregators, right, you need a direct line of sight. If a person is hiding your camera, you can't scan it. Right? This is the same case for your GPay too. Everything involves QR code. So the third statement is wrong. So the answer is 1 and 2. So let us look at the latest board. So Raju 3289 is leading with 993 and is tied up with Manikandan, followed by Sri Sai, Kavya and Monisha. Right? So now let us go to the second question of today's quiz. The Global Climate Risk Index is published by which of the organization? The Global Climate Risk Index is published by which of these organizations? Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, B. German Watch, C. United Nations Environment Programme, C. D. Worldwide Fund for Nature. So these are some typical reports you could see in each and every UPSC papers, right? They asked some report and they wanted to know about these organizations. So you should be pretty clear, and this report is like a pretty famous report. I think all of you have answered, right? So the answer is B. So most of you have answered the correct answer. 17. German Watch. German Watch is an international NGO, right? It releases this Global Climate Risk Index. So here it releases a list of countries which are more susceptible to the climate change issues. And here India ranks at the 7th place. Right, and this report was lost, like the recent report was in 2021. It hasn't released for 2022, 2023. It might release for 2024. Right, so let us go to the latest board. So Sri Sai has come to the first place and followed by Raju, Sujit, Manigandan and Moni 6380. Right? So let us go to the next question. A pretty important question. With reference to the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle PSLV, consider the following statements. It is a three-stage system comprising a combination of solid and liquid fuel rocket stages. PSLV does not have the payload capacity for launching satellites into polar sun synchronous orbits. Which of the statements are correct? 1, 2, both 1 and 2. D, neither 1 or 2. So kindly select the correct options. PSLV, also known as the workhorse of ISRO. So you could see at least some 2 to 3 launches each year done by this PSLV. Only 10 seconds are remaining. Most of you have answered, right? And the answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. But surprisingly, right, many of you have chosen this first option, A. PSLV consists of 4 stages, not 3 stages. Only GSLV consists of 3 stages. PSLV consists of 4 stages, a solid stage, a liquid Vikas engine, once again solid, once again liquid, 4 stages. Whereas GSLV, right, which we used to launch the Chandrayaan-3, it has 3 stages, solid, liquid and cryogenic stage. So don't get confused with these 2 rockets. And PSLV can even launch a longer range of rockets, and it can launch this sun synchronous orbit rockets. The just example is this Aditya L1, which we launched in the year 2023. So kindly be clear of these 2 important rockets, and especially about PSLV, because most of the satellites launched by ISRO is done by using this PSLV, because this PSLV is like more cost effective. We have launched the Chandrayaan-1 mission, even the Mangalyaan mission which we sent to this Mars, we use this PSLV. So kindly be aware of these 2 types of rocket. Right? So let us go to the leaderboard. Hope the ranks would have changed just by 1. Right? Sujit is leading, and I hope like he has made the correct answer. Sujit is leading the leaderboard, followed by Sri Sai, Raju, Manigandan and Moni, and Sujit is leading pretty comfortably. I think like he has chosen the correct answer for this question. Right? So let us go to the next question, the 4th question of this quiz. So another interesting question. Neutron stars are formed when a massive stars run out of fuel and collapses. Second, magnetic fields are generally absent in the neutron star. Which of the above statements are correct? A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, D, neither 1 nor 2. Right? Another question related to space, followed by another, right? So the question is regarding neutron stars. This is another repeated question. Just for your information, it was also asked in the paper 2023 UPSC. 20 seconds are remaining. Which of the 2 statements are correct? Pretty tricky question. Wouldn't definitely say it as an easy question. So let us look at the answer. So most of you have chosen the correct answer, which is 1 only. So what are these neutron stars? See, all the stars, including our sun, they have a lifetime. Right? For example, our sun has a lifetime of 10 billion years, and the sun has reached half of its lifetime. After its lifetime, a star, right, a massive body, has to go to an end phase. A star like sun, which is actually very small compared to the other star, will mostly end up as a white dwarf. Let us consider another star which is having some 8 times mass of the sun, 8 times, right, pretty big. They won't become white dwarf, they will like burst out, called as a supernova. After the supernova, a core will be remaining, right? This core will be very, very small. but it will be so dense. Why? Because all the remaining matter will fall into this core, right? And this core is called as the neutron star, the after stage of a star. Just for information, this neutron star will only have a diameter of 12, like what, some 20 kilometers, like from here to, like from Annanagar to Tambaram. But you know, the mass of the star will be more than sun, 1.4 times of the sun. And the physics has told, just by taking one sugar size of a material from neutron star will weigh like a Mount Everest. That's how dense is this neutron star. And neutron star will definitely have a more magnetic field, and many neutron star will become a pulsar or a magnetar. Both will have a high magnetic field. So the second statement is wrong and the first statement is correct. Just for your further information, stars more bigger than neutron stars, like more than some 8 times, 20 times the mass of sun, after the destruction they become black hole. So we have seen white dwarf, neutron star and the black hole. All the three are the after stages of a star, right? Hope you got the section of this question. Let us look at the leaderboard. So Sujit is remaining at the top, followed by Sri Sai, Manigandan, Raju and Kavya, right? And Kalaivanan has jumped by 12 places. Kudos to you, Kalaivanan, right? Let us see you in the top board soon. So let us look at the next question, the fifth question. So it is related to a scheme. With reference to Ustad initiative, consider the following statement. The scheme aims to preserve the rich heritage of traditional arts crafts of minorities. Second statement, beneficiaries under this scheme are restricted to minority community. Which of these statements given above are correct or wrong? One only, two only, both one or two, and second neither one or two. So 38 seconds remaining. So by clearly you can, by just a guess game, by clearly looking, even the persons who are not knowing this kind of scheme, right, they could see like it is somewhat related to minorities, because both the statements are stressing it, right? But whether the statement which is given is exactly right or wrong, there comes the game, right? The persons who are not even aware of this scheme, they can still try to attempt these kinds of questions. Most of you have answered. The answer is A, where 20 of you have made the correct answer. So what is this Ustad scheme? The scheme was launched by Ministry of Minority Affairs, right, in the year 2015. And the main aim of this scheme is to preserve the traditional crafts which are done by the minority communities. So who are the minority communities? There are 6 religions considered as minorities in India as per the National Minorities Act of 1992. Except Hindu, all the 6 major religions, right? Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, Islam, Christianity and the Parsis. And the persons who are practicing these traditional arts, right, they will be preserved, they will be given some incentives in this scheme, also some training. But whether this scheme is only restricted to the minorities, no. In order to bring in more cohesion between the minorities and the non-minorities, which are the Hindus, right, 25% from the non-minorities, right, they will be taken for this traditional arts preservation. So option 1 is correct, statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong. Let us look at the leaderboard. So Sujit is leading, followed by Manigandan, Raju, Anandi and Sujit 1, 2, 3, right? So let us look at the next question. So it is regarding another organization, right? Traffic, which works to ensure that trade in wild plants and animals is not a threat to the conservation of nature, is a, right, the nature of the organization is a intergovernmental organization, non-governmental organization, specialized agency of UN, then international agency created under Convention on Biological Diversity. So now they have given the purpose of this organization and they are asking the type of the organization. This type of pattern is also been seen in UPSC for many years. So the answer is B, where like 13 of you have chosen a non-governmental organization. See, traffic, as the purpose has said, the main aim of traffic is to control and regulate the trade on the wildlife. You can see like the ivory tusk of the elephants from Africa has been poached to other country. the hides of tiger have been poached and will be sold to other countries. In order to stop this, traffic has been formed in 1976. Right? And this organization is a non-governmental organization. Does not come under any one single government. Right? And it does not come under the UN too. For example, NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Agency, under Wildlife Protection Act, is a governmental organization under India. This is a non-governmental international organization. That is the type of traffic. Right? So let us look at the leaderboard. So once again Sujit is leading, but is being closely followed by Raju, Kavya, Arya and Sankari. Right? So 7 players just hit an answer streak of 3. That's a really good job. Right? Let us look at the next question. Question number 7. Pretty easy one. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship is a part of directive principle of state policy, B. Fundamental duties, C. Fundamental rights, D. Preamble. A pretty easy question, I would say. Right? And we could see these kinds of questions in UPSC. Right? These low hanging fruits which we should never miss, and we shouldn't waste more time to. Right? These words, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, is a part of, right? Pretty easy one. Many of you have answered. 29 of you have answered the correct option, D. Preamble. Right? These words, like nothing much to explain, is have been directly seen in the preamble itself. Right? Justice, equality, liberty, fraternity have been seen. So the answer is D. Preamble. Let us look at the leaderboard. So finally Sujit has been dethroned from the first place. Right? Raju is leading the board, followed by Sujit, Kavya, Arya and Manigandan. Right? And Shika 7619 is the highest climber, climbed the place by 3 places. That's really good. Let's move to the next question. The 8th one. Which of the following is not a feature adopted from US Constitution? Fundamental rights, fundamental duties, judicial review, independence of judiciary. Right? We have adopted many things from the US Constitution, and which among these 4 have not been adopted from the US Constitution? A peculiar one. But if you would have read the basics of the polity and constitution, it's pretty easy one. So the answer is easy one, right? B. Fundamental duties, which was added in the 42nd Amendment by under the recommendation of Swarup. Right? We have adopted this from the USSR Constitution. All the other 3 we have adopted from the USA Constitution. Right? At that time it was USSR, not Russia. So let us look at the leaderboard. Many changes of rank. Kavya is leading the board, followed by Sujit, Arya, Manigandan and Shankari. Right? So let us look at the next question, 9th question. Which of the following states of India have a bicameral legislature? Option A, Kerala, then Bihar, Rajasthan and Uttarakhand. So bicameral legislature, right? They should be having a legislative assembly and legislative council. Which among these states, right, they have a bicameral legislature? So these types of questions are like you can't guess it. If you know, you can take the answer or you will be leaving the question. So the answer is Bihar. So 6 states have bicameral legislature in India, 2 in north and all the 4 in the south. Bihar, Uttar Pradesh touching each other. Then Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, once again 4 of them touching each other. Right? So let us look at the leaderboard. So Sujit once again is leading, right? Is making a comeback, and followed by Manigandan, Anand, Aravind and Raju. Let us look at the next question. 10th one. Consider the following statements. The President shall act accordingly to the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. 2. The fact that the advice of Council of Ministers is binding on the President was explicitly given by the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. And the options are 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, and neither 1 or 2. Right? So it is regarding the powers and functions of President, especially the executive functions of President. Another important point, and most UPSC asks at least one question from this President pattern or this Council of Ministers each and every year. Another important area which you should focus on. So people have answered, and the answer is C, both 1 and 2, which is the correct answer. So the President, though is the head of the government, right, is still a nominal head. The actual head is the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister, and he has to follow this advice, and this has been mandated in the 42nd Amendment, also called as the mini constitution, right. And in the 44th Amendment, one small change was included, which is the President can send back the bill, right, just for one time. But once again, if the bill has been accepted, which has been passed by the House and it's coming to President, he is mandated to accept it, which was given in the 44th Amendment, right. That's the answer. So let us look at the leaderboard. So Manikandan, right, is leading the board, followed by Anand, Aravind, Sujit and Kavya. So let us look at the 11th question. With respect to assemblies in later Vedic period, consider the following statement. Sabha comprised of the whole clan. Samiti is a group of select clan members. And among this, which of these statements are correct? Sabha comprised of whole clan members. Samiti is the group of select clan members. So this you should have read in your ancient history, the portion which is immediately before to the Magha Janapadas. Right? Another important area about the early Rig Vedic period and the later Rig Vedic period. And this comes under the administration part. And the answer, the right answer is D. None of them are correct. They are actually interchanged. See, during the Vedic period, the actual king was called as the Raja or Rajan, but he couldn't make the decisions in a sole way. Right? This was during the early Vedic period. Right? And he had a council called as Sabha, where mostly the elder of the clans, the select people of clans will be there. And there will be another big assembly called as Samiti, where all the members of the clan will be there. Right? The women can participate in both the assemblies. But there was a simple change to the later Vedic period. The meaning remained the same, but the importance of the Samiti was slowly went away, and Sabha still maintained relevant. Right? And women were slowly kept excluded out of these assemblies. Right? So let us look at the leaderboard. So Anand is leading the board, followed by Sujit, Kavya, Manikandan and Sri Sai. So let us look at the next question. 12th question, another question from the ancient history. Which of the following is not a Buddhist literature work? A. Acharanga Sutta, B. Aguntra Nikaya, C. Sutta Pitaka, D. Deepa Vamsa. Which among these four is not a Buddhist work? See, the names of these religious canons you should be knowing, because many times UPSC have asked it. Right? Buddhist, Jainist, Vedic canons, you should be knowing it. For medieval history, kindly know these works of Persian and Urdu, Arabic works. Be better to know in the medieval period. So many of you have chosen the option D, but the actual answer is A, Acharanga Sutta. So Acharanga Sutta or Acharanga Sutra is a book of Jainism, right? It is like the first Anga compiled by the first assembly, the Jainist assembly done by Swadampra, right? That is Acharanga Sutta. And Aguntra Nikaya is like one among the 5 books of the next option, Sutta Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka, also called as the 3 baskets or the 3 important canonical works of Buddhist. Sutta Pitaka has the direct sayings of Buddha, Vinaya Pitaka has the rules, Abhinaya Pitaka has the commentaries of the Sutta Pitaka. And Sutta Pitaka has 5 books, and one among this book is this Aguntra Nikaya. Right? There are 5 Nikayas in Sutta Pitaka. Dipavamsa is the first Buddhist work which was written in the Sri Lankan area, right? Dipavamsa and Magavamsa. So all the other three are related to Buddhist obviously, and the first Acharanga Sutta is the first Anga of the Jainist council, right? So let us look at the leaderboard. Hope there will be many changes now. Yes. So Kavya, I think she has made the right answer, followed by Sri Sai, Anand, Sujit and Manigandan. Right? So it was a great comeback for Kavya. Let us look at the next question. The 13th one, another question from ancient history. So the punchmark silver coins which carry the symbol of peacock and the hill and the crescent formed by the imperial currency of which empire? Options are Guptas, Mauryas, Satvaganas and Cholas. A punchmark coin with the symbol of peacock, hill and crescent is found in among the which of the ancient emperors? Right? Guptas, Mauryas, Satvaganas and Cholas. Another peculiar question, right, which you need an abstract knowledge to answer it. So many of you have answered the option B, Mauryas, really very good. So this punchmark coins is one of the first type of coins which people used. Before punchmark coins, people used this cowrie shells, right, as a way of exchange. Then they went into this punch-marked coins, which was followed by some Magha Janapadas and the Mauryans. But slowly with the incoming of this Indo-Greeks in the first BC, right, this die-struck coin was used, which was even followed by the Guptas. And finally, the actual mold coins were introduced during the later Guptas and even the Chola times. So punchmark is like one of the oldest coin, and among these four, you could see Mauryas are the oldest dynasties. Even you can use this technique to write the answer. Let us look at the leaderboard. Not much of the change in the first place. Kavya followed by Sujit, Sri Sai, Aravind and Anand. So let us look the 14th question. With reference to the medieval Indian history, the term Kutkasht and Pagi Kasht refer to which section of the society? Kutkasht and Pagi Kasht, artisans, soldiers, peasants and the courtiers. So once again, if you are looking at the ancient history books, medieval history books, you can see this italic font letters. You should definitely take a separate note, write these italic fonts and write the meaning of them. Right? Because at least 1 or 2 questions have been asked from these areas. And the answer people who have chosen is C, peasants, which is the right answer. Kutkasht during the medieval period, especially during the Sultan and the Mughal period, or the landlords of the agricultural farms. Right? And Pagikasht are the people, they might own a land or they might not own a land, but they won't be cultivating in their own village. They will be going to another village to cultivate. Right? And these people are called as Pagikasht. And just for additional information, the tenant farmer in their own village is called as Muzarian. Right? So kindly club these 3 words, Kutkasht, Pagikasht and Muzarian. Right? So let us look at the leaderboard. So Kavya is leading the board, followed by Sujit, Aravind, Shankari, right? Shankar or Shankari, I don't know whether it's one or I, right? And come back, or like first time I'm seeing this name now, right? And Manigandan. So Devi is the highest climber. Let us look at the last question of today's UPSC Quiz session. A pretty hot topic, ED, right? Enforcement Directorate. So it is a specialized financial investigation agency under the Ministry of Home Affairs, which is the first statement. Second, Enforcement Directorate enforces the Foreign Exchange Management Act and the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. So among this, which are the correct statement? 1, 2, both 1 or 2 and neither 1 or 2. Hot topic, right? Enforcement Directorate. And this body has been making many moves in the previous year, in the recent year. Also a potential question for the coming prelims. Hope most of you have answered the question. So the answer is B only, because ED comes under the Ministry of Finance and the other two acts give powers to ED, right, and the ED's chairman is appointed under the CVC Act, right. The main aim of ED is to control this money laundering, right, and also to control the illicit exchanges done to these currencies, and they have an investigation power on par with CBI. So it is a powerful agency, especially in this financial crime, but most of the crime taking bodies, they come under Ministry of Home Affairs, but there is one exception, which is this ED, which comes under Ministry of Finance. So let us look at the leaderboard. The final podium was finished at the first place. So the third place goes to Aravind 4850, second Sujit, and first 13 out of 15 question goes to Kavya 9484, right. So congrats to all the people and even the people who have participated in this quiz. So most of you would be giving this UPSC prelims, right. So keep your head high, there are only 28 days, so put your maximum in these days and mostly give your attempt, right. So don't get scared of giving this attempt, because like UPSC is just like one exam where it tests your limits of analyzing and application. Many people with limited knowledge with proper applications have cleared this prelims exam. So all the best to each and every one of you, and the three people, they can contact the below WhatsApp number given in the description for getting their gifts. So thank you. Let us meet the next UPSC session.